we've already agreed it. What was the point you wanted to raise, David?
Well, the point is in regards to this minutes from 17th September, the bulky waste collection and what was resolved. Point 6 about the cabinet member giving consideration and evidence in regards to getting exemption. That had a time limit of either, I have to confess I can't remember without checking my notes, but either 3 or 6 months on it. And we did raise this as a group with Scrutiny. I'm not quite sure why that hasn't been. Because, I mean, the whole idea was that there needed to be some sort, otherwise they could consider it forever and ever and never implement it. So we put actually a time limit on it.
And that's not reflected in
well, it's not in the...
No, you're right,
okay,
and we corrected it. You picked that up correctly, and we corrected it in the recommendations we sent to the cabinet member.
But it needs to be tallied in.
So you're, yeah, you're quite right.
Okay, can we agree that as an alteration to the minutes?
I think that's 2 wins.
It's just hit after
well,
hit.
persevering. I stayed here for
that. Just amazing.
Little moment of glory.
David's on fire.
Yes. Super song. Right. So we, with that in mind, we can now agree the minutes for the 17th of September.
Yeah.
So we now also need to agree the second set of minutes on Tuesday, the 20th of October. First of all, can we agree those as a true record of the meeting?
Yes. Yeah.
And
I assume everyone knows the point I'm going to make because I did put it in an email to everybody, but I don't know, maybe I'm going completely mad, and maybe, but I just feel like those last 2 meetings where we spent ages talking about a consultation and like the cabinet members just completely ignored it. And so we're back at square one.
See, on that issue, you keep saying he's completely ignored it and nothing's changed and it hasn't had any impact. But you know, the cabinet members has now delayed that consultation so that it now tallies with the consultation that's being carried out by British Land in the new year. There's going to be a consultation plan that's going to be published on that. Yeah. Now we haven't got that yet. So you keep making this claim, and yet that. You don't know any better than I do at the moment because we're waiting for the result of that.
So the reason I think it's all a bit odd is when we originally called it in, the very first thing that the cabinet member said was this is just the beginning of a process. This is just the start of a consultation. He was very clear that it wasn't a final decision. And yet we're still going ahead with this preferred site. And all the detail we took about.
See, I think you're mischaracterising what we agreed, and we were very, very clear at that meeting that as a committee, maybe individuals on the committee who don't agree with this, but as a committee, we didn't have a problem with the cabinet member and the cabinet and the council having a preferred site, and that actually the honest thing to do during a consultation, if you do really have a preferred site, is to say that publicly rather than try and hide it, pretend you haven't got a preferred site. Well, the consultation plan is going to be published prior to the new year, and then the consultation kicks off in the new year. I mean, this is all in the letter that was sent to
it just wasn't clear to me then why it had changed.
Did you read the letter?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And so at our last meeting in October, that wasn't the plan, and then suddenly the plan changed.
Well, they've changed because of the recommendations that OSC made. We had another session here at OSC, didn't we?
But it was quite a different...
So is your complaint that nothing changes, or that it's changing too much?
My complaint is I don't understand why he didn't say that's what was going to happen at the OSC meeting.
You can't have it both ways, can you? You can't
Sorry,
say...
maybe I'm not making myself clear. So at the OSC meeting, we agreed, and we all spent ages talking about what this consultation about the leisure centre was going to be. And then we all got something in writing a couple of weeks later saying we're not doing a consultation on the leisure centre, we're rolling it into a wider consultation.
And in the letter it explained why that was, because he was taking into account the points that were made during the scrutiny meeting, and therefore he was going to revise the consultation plan, which we still don't have, so we can't say that we haven't been listened to. And then they were going to put the 2 consultations, the one by British Land, the one that council was doing, back to the new year. Now I imagine
that's not what was agreed at the October meeting. Putting them together. That's I suppose what I'm trying to say, that something changed that wasn't our recommendation.
Well, the cabinet member is allowed to do other things that we didn't recommend, isn't he?
But then we ought to be scrutinising the other things he's doing, because otherwise he's gone up and done something else.
And we haven't got the consultation plan yet, because it's not been
published. So when will we look then at this new consultation plan, which isn't the consultation plan that we looked at in September and October?
Well, I would like to see the consultation plan first, and then make a decision about that.
When you say you'd like to see it, would you like the Overview and Scrutiny Committee to see it?
Well, everybody on the Overview and Scrutiny Committee can see it because they can
and
read it.
can we scrutinise it at a meeting?
Well, if we feel that's necessary. I'm going to take a look at it, I'll have a discussion with the Vice Chair, for example, about whether or not that should go on the agenda, and then we'll agree that at that point.
Okay, that's helpful, because what seemed to me weird was a new plan had come out and we weren't actually
No, a new plan hasn't come
scrutinising.
out yet. I've just said that. The new plan hasn't come out yet.
A new plan about the plan had come out.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
has.
which we haven't
Yeah.
got that yet.
Okay, so in October we didn't discuss doing it all together. That was a new thing that came out, and we
Yes,
need to
yes.
scrutinise that.
Yes, well, once we get the consultation plan, we can then have a discussion about it and make a decision.
Thanks.
Yeah, good. Okay, so that's item, no, so that's the, now can we've agreed the minutes, we're confused now. You've agreed the minutes, I think we can now, unless there's anything else that people want to raise, we can draw.
Sorry, one more point, sorry.
No.
I feel really strongly getting papers at 11 o'clock on a Friday night before a Monday meeting is not acceptable.
Okay. That, with regard to the report that was written, that was partly a result of us scrambling to write the report in time. So,
And
you know, there were some
11,000 council homes over 30 years.
yes, and I know that there were quite a lot of work was done by the scrutiny team in order to get that report as earlier than we did get it. I agree with you that it's not ideal, and I think we'll all be working hard to make sure that doesn't happen again. Getting the papers earlier is obviously better.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's call the meeting to a close. Thanks to everybody.